I made this video so that I could show the problems that we're seeing with the Jupyter Notebook functionality inside of Alteryx Designer. What I have here is a Parallels Windows 10 VM running, I believe this is 2019.2.7, and then I have a remote desktop open running what we use 2019.1.6. And so I have a simple workflow that's saved to a shared folder. Just says hi in it. Awesome. I'm going to close out of this. Sure, I'll save the changes. I'm going to go back to my local machine. A couple things. First, when I open a new workflow and I put in some code, if I were to go and open another workflow, not having saved the first, and pull in a Python tool, this code is cached between workflows, which is less than ideal. But if I were to go and open that shared file, it's going to be a little slow. Actually, it might be faster if I go to recent. Okay, so first of all, I didn't do this. This is from an old version that I have since run. Just going to keep it and add even more stuff. Beautiful. Save it. Save the workflow. Eventually. Close out of it. Come back here to the server. Yes, it was saved with a later version. Come here. And here we go. None of that code has changed, even though I've closed out of it and loaded it, and it is actually changed on the file location. Now, if I were to close out of Alteryx Designer completely, not save that file at all, now it loads the changes. So basically, just to recap quickly, what we see is when we are working on a workflow that is shared, not open at the exact same time, but shared, and we don't close the entire application of Alteryx Designer, the Jupyter Notebook cache won't clear, so that when we open the workflow again, it is just pulling in whatever the last code it saw was, not the changes to the file that have been made. The other thing is, like I talked about, is if we open a new workflow, we add a Python tool, and I put some stuff in here. And I open a new workflow, and also add the Python tool. That stuff is cached between untitled workflows. And if I were to open another Alteryx Designer instance, add the Python tool, that's untitled. It's also cached now between multiple versions of Alteryx Desktop. I've actually had this happen now where somewhat sensitive code has been cached between Alteryx Designer sessions in the same desktop, which was slightly alarming.